Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video all about the next major change in your life. So let's get started with the reading. So we have group number 1, group 2, group 3 and group 4. So excuse the lighting, it will be changing as I'm using more natural lighting today. So please choose your group and let's get started with the reading. So start with group number 1. Hello group number 1, so let's get started with your reading. So you guys chose the Tibetan black quartz. So this is good for whenever you are looking to elevate the vibe, operate on a higher plane and explore the vastness of your higher consciousness. When you're chasing enlightenment on the meditation cushion, when you're pulling tarot cards, lighten up your spiritual path. I feel like for you guys, this is definitely about your spiritual journey, how you are approaching meditation and how you're approaching the calm section of your life really, and just focusing on that for you. So let's see what else we have here. We have Palace, Trust, Amazonite, the Empress. We have the Page of Swords. And then we have Rediscover Your Zeal. Okay, so I feel like for you guys, you are really tuning into your personal power. I feel like you're learning to trust yourself more. And I do feel as if part of you wants to kind of break free from something. We have, excuse me, rediscover your zeal. Pay attention to the passion you are feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go well together, especially as inspiration. I really need to cough. Sorry for that, guys. Okay. First of all, throat chakra, majorly. My throat chakra is really heating up because I cannot talk properly without coughing 30 times. So, and I also have my blue lace agate on, and this is really good for my throat chakra, so you know that I'm really suffering with throat chakra in this reading. So I do feel like you guys are learning to speak your truth, because the Page of Swords is all about speaking your truth. So I do feel like you're learning to really step into your power. And we also have Rediscover Your Zeal, and that's all about you like kind of learning who you actually are. So I do feel like one of the major blessings, which is part of it, is you trusting that trusting your path and trusting the newness that is coming. And I do feel like you're also learning to trust the universe. You'll learn to trust in yourself, and you'll learn to trust that everything is going to be okay. And I do feel as if with the Page of Swords, this is very much about you making a decision about something and really, really going for it. And I do feel like you guys are going to start something new, whether it be a kind of like traveling or work, or maybe starting a new relationship. I do feel like a relationship could be something as well. I feel like there's a relationship with yourself you're really bringing in as well. And I feel like there's this real sense of trust coming in, but I do feel as if you are really learning to rely on yourself. You really learn to put yourself first and really allow yourself to kind of bring back your self-love. I feel like nurturing is such a big thing for this group. So we're going to pull a couple more extra cards. So let's do that. And then we're going to, I have 2 decks I'm going to be shuffling out here. So we have Leo, I Will. And then we have Jupiter Return Benefits. I actually read this as friends, so I do feel like you guys are going to be having some more friends. I really need to cough. I'm so sorry, guys. Wow, my throat chakra was really hotting up in this reading. It's insane. And then we have Saturn Return Age. So I do feel as if we have Leo, I Will, and Jupiter Return Benefits. So there is possibly a Jupiter return around when you are watching this. If there isn't, this is just a significant change for you, and I do feel like you're putting yourself first. And with this new confidence, I do feel like you're learning to attract some new people. I think you're learning to attract more people who are on your wavelength because they really suit you, because you are putting yourself first. And then we have Jupiter Return Benefits, and this is all about you getting back what you have put in and all the things that you have been doing in the world, like where you've been like an empath, or you've been somebody who's been really kind to others and really felt like you haven't got anything back out of it. I do feel like that the universe is kind of turning, and I do feel like your willpower is coming back. I do feel like you may have had a break from something as well, and you may change your kind of your attention around it. So say if you have a hobby and you don't really want to do it anymore, it could be that you are changing the way you see it, and possibly you're starting something new within your career or hobbies. But it feels like what you might have liked in the past may be changing. But I do feel as if there's something major happening around your willpower and around your ego, and the way you are approaching life is much more confident than where you were before. And I do feel that we have passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. So I feel like you're going to get some sort of inspired action, and it feels like it's all going to come from you. It feels, obviously everything comes from us anyway, but it does feel like it's mainly coming from you. It's not like, you know, a major life change or a major work change. I feel like you've already been through that. This is more about, I have an idea, and then it expands, and it becomes this big business, or it becomes this like really important thing that happens. So say if you want to start a group, you go to this group and then you meet a really important person, and then it kind of goes off from there. It could be a relationship or a friendship. So it's like lots of little different things are bringing in one big change for you. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling for that. So we're going to have a look and see what else you're mainly focusing on and what you are attracting in. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of abundance. We did have that Jupiter, and Jupiter is all about abundance, so that's great. Hopefully you can see these cards okay. It's really bright, so I can't really see what I'm doing. And then we have a duality. And then let's get one more. Whoa, okay. Sensitivity. And I'm going to pull you guys a chakra card as well. Okay, this is definitely throat chakra stuff. Okay, so we have the third eye knowledge. So there is a lot of third eye stuff going around in this reading. I do feel like it's really asking you to connect with your spirit guides and really concentrate on what you can look forward to, rather than, you know, what you are lacking. So I do feel like you are learning to tune into your intuition. We have the solar plexus and the throat chakra, so those could be the main chakras that you're working on right now. I do feel like you're learning to really embrace your inner warrior. It says, I embrace my inner strength, power and resilience, and I allow myself to shine. I have no idea why, but my thumb is twitching. It's so random. But I do feel like you're learning to kind of really focus on yourself, put yourself first, and you're doing things that really scare you. And I do feel like you'll learn to trust your intuition. The more intuitive you are, the more you're tuning into your intuition, the more abundance you're going to attract. And because you are such a sensitive person, I feel like you're learning to accept and embrace your sensitivity instead of pushing it down. And therefore you are balancing yourself out, and therefore going to attract much more abundance. I do feel like this group is a much more kind of self-awareness group. That's what you're actually attracting. I don't feel like it's like something physical in terms of this reading, but after you have manifested this confidence and this learn to be truthful within your approach, I do feel like you're going to attract physical abundance. You're going to attract things that are really, really on your wavelength. So we also have truthfulness. I'm truthful and honest with myself. I'm going to turn that down a little bit because I feel like it's going to be really, really bright for you guys. We have, I overcome any fears about speaking my truth, and I speak in a loving, considerate way. So I do feel like this is really, really positive. I feel like you'll learn to really overcome your fears. Anything about personal empowerment, you're really going for it. Like anything to do with self-love or putting yourself first, you are really choosing to put yourself first. You really learn to make sure every situation that you're in, you're no longer playing small, you're no longer putting yourself last. And I do feel like you have a very active mind. I feel like your brain is like really, really overactive. So it's really, really important for you to calm into the environment that you're in, instead of worrying about what is going to happen, worrying about like what isn't going to happen, really focusing on what you can control, not what you can't. And I do feel like this is going to release a lot of your anxiety. And I did see a quote recently, and it said something like, all the things that you're insecure about, change it around, like flip it around and make it about an affirmation. So say if you're scared about, you know, not attracting love, flip it around and say, I will attract love, you know, things like that. That can be really, really powerful. Okay, so that is your reading, guys. I hope that helped you. Thank you so much for watching. If it didn't resonate with you, feel free to choose another group. Thank you so much for being here. My private readings are below, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Let's see what next major change is happening in your guys' life. So we have the card of Hiddenite. This always reminds me of turquoise because it's such a beautiful like blue stone. So I do feel like it's about your throat chakra, this is about your crown and things like that. It's about the higher chakras. So Hiddenite, when you find yourself stuck in the past or too focused on the future. Hiddenite is down to make the most of every moment. If you're in a rut, call on Hiddenite to help you love your way out of it. Claim your happy space. Okay, let's see what else we have. We then have Healing, Spirit Quartz, Chiron. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and Love Where You Are. Use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. Okay, so I have a few other cards as well, but I want to focus on these first. So I feel this massive change coming in terms of your beliefs and your confidence. So I do feel as if we have these hawks here. I could be eagles as well actually, but they remind me of hawks. So I do feel like you are going to be spreading your wings very soon. With the Wheel of Fortune, you're starting something new. You've done the healing. Whoa, I feel a massive sense of my heart chakra like opening. So you could be opening your heart chakra. There's a massive change for you coming. There's a massive door opening, and I do feel like this is a really big change coming for you. They're not being extremely specific about what the change is, but they are saying to love where you are in terms of where you are right now, and to know that when you do love where you are, you're going to move through equally as easy. Because I feel like every chance we have to really vibrate where we are, it's going to make every level easier, because every time we advance, sometimes we have periods of time where it's very still, very quiet, whether it be in work, whether it be in love. Sometimes that just happens for the scales to then turn, and then we end up being in a relationship or having the perfect job. So I feel like this time is actually really important for you to just relax and be in the moment. And I feel like with Judgment, you are getting what you have been putting out into the world. So everything that you have been doing, everything you have been striving for, you are going to get it tenfold. And we also have Chiron Healing. So you guys have done a lot of healing. You guys have really been going for it. You've really been channeling your feminine energy. And I feel like you've really been putting yourself first, which is really, really good. And I do feel like it's really time for you to accept the stage that you're at right now. Even if it's something that you don't really want, it's really asking you to accept where you are, because the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel is changing. So right now you might not really love where you are, but what is actually coming towards you is so much better than what you have anticipated that I actually can't pick up on a lot of it. It feels very vague, but it feels as if you're not actually meant to know specifically, because if you did, it would really change your path, okay? And you could be somebody who, when you get readings, they're not super specific, which is just extra clarification that is you, okay? So we're going to get a couple more cards, and let's see if there's any other focus we have in terms of what change is happening in your life. Oh, lovely. We have the sacral chakra. And we have authenticity. Oh my god, I want to get one more actually. Let's get one more. Oops. Okay, honesty. Lovely. You guys are getting really honest with yourself. That's amazing. And then we have kindness. So you guys have really been stretching yourself in terms of your spirituality, in terms of your growth, in terms of your transformation. You've really been extending yourself. You've really been pulling yourself into parts of you that really aren't the most comfortable, and it has been a massive journey for you in terms of how much you've learned and how much you've grown, and it has been a really long journey. I feel like a lot of you guys have gone through so much transformation in your life. It's actually unreal. Like, I feel like you have really felt like you're behind and felt like you're missing something. But I do feel as if you are getting your groove back. I feel like especially in your intimate life, and we also have the 8th house endings and beginnings. So that's what I'm saying about the Wheel of Fortune. Like, it is definitely changing for you in terms of your karma. I do feel like your karma is really, really changing, and everything that is no longer good for you will come up, will pull away from your life. You'll know what this is. It may have already been doing this. But we have the second chakra of the sacral chakra, which is about your emotions and supporting our ability to enjoy the sensual world. This could be your sexuality. This could be your physical energy, like what you are actually attracting physically. Yeah, they're saying yes, it is. So I do feel like you are attracting a lot of things physically now. And I feel like the next thing you're going to really attract, the next major change for you, is this force here. Like, I feel like you have so much more confidence. And because you are really learned to be more authentic, you're going to attract most likely a lot of masculine energy into your life. And for those of you who are lacking in masculine energy, or you want to attract a male, or a masculine, this is just confirmation that there is a masculine coming towards you who is going to really change your life, because you are balanced yin and yang, you are balanced feminine and masculine. So there is going to be this masculine energy coming towards you. This feels like money as well. Masculine and Mars always reminds me of money and like physical abundance, like kind of the business world, that sort of thing. And the more honest you are in terms of your career, in terms of your friendships, like the more honest you get about what you actually want, the more things are going to become attracted into your life. So say if you are wanting to be more authentic in work, the more authentic you are, the more you're actually going to attract, because a lot of the times we fake how we actually are because we want people to like us more. But actually the best thing you can do is just be honest about what you actually want, because that is so important, and not to block yourself off. And the second chakra is such a powerful one. So a lot of you guys could have been having a really intense Kundalini experience, or you could be having one quite soon. And I do feel like you're no longer going to feel something is missing in your life, especially those of you who felt very confused on your gender, or who you're attracted to, or your dating life. Anything confusion about relationships is going to become much more clearer about what you are, who you are attracting, and what is actually happening in your life. You do feel like there's a massive hole in your life, and I feel like it's going to be filled with this massive sense of confidence, and this massive sense of confidence, as I said, is going to attract this gorgeous masculine energy into your life, which is so powerful. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to get a private reading with me, all my information is down below along with my crystal shop. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye. Hello, group number 3. So let's see what major change is coming in your life. So I do feel like I'm getting a massive sense of feminine energy, and this really close connection to your heart chakra. This crystal here is pink, so most likely it is the heart chakra. I can't remember which crystal this is exactly. Rhodochrosite, yes, rhodochrosite is very much to do with the heart chakra. So this crystal here is very powerful in terms of connecting you and your heart together, getting you really connected with that again. And I'm hearing it again because I feel like you've really been lacking in connection with others and just connecting to your heart chakra. So when your heart hurts, you can feel all the feels, even the most painful, and still be gentle with yourself. Let rhodochrosite remind you that this too shall pass, and you, especially you, will absolutely heal and love again when you're ready. Anyone who needs it, anyone grieving or really needing to grieve, a major loss, a relationship expired, or an outdated idea of self. This is so powerful. I'm picking up on like champagne. Oh, it says rosy red to chilled rosé pink. And I feel like I'm picking up on like rosé and champagne. I'm picking up on this very feminine, like girly kind of exploration. Like it feels like I just want to go out and have some fun with my girlfriends. Like that's the sort of thing that I'm picking up on. So we also have boundaries, labradorite, south node. So a lot of you guys have really learned to establish good boundaries with others and yourself. I'm picking up on a lot of you guys possibly overeat or undereat, and I feel like you guys have learned to balance that out, which is really good. We have the 5 of Pentacles, shadow work, and we also have the Queen of Swords. I'm going to read this shadow work card because I feel like these cards are really good to read out loud. And then we also have look at the underbelly, number 6, and life is better together. So it says look at the underbelly, be sure that you're using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organise yourself, or perhaps a project you're working on could use some fine tuning. Life is better together. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, or others who will support you. It can be simple as making a phone call. So for those of you who are feeling quite alone, feeling like you don't really have a lot of people, that is totally normal, especially at the moment where a lot of people are kind of changing their views on things, and it's kind of leaving a lot of people kind of isolated and feeling really alone. So you are not alone with this. I do feel like we have a lot of this kind of seeking out this community, especially with the boundaries. I feel like you're really understanding what your boundaries will really take, like what you're really actually able to really, what's the word, what you're really willing to put up with. Okay, so I have the book here for shadow work. What deeper habits are ready for my awareness? Where is my shadow presenting itself the most? To confront a person with their shadow is to show them their own light. Wow, that's so powerful. So it says, our shadows can help anchor our own brilliance and self-worth in teaching us to rise and transmute from the ashes that divide us from within. This may happen when we release our hidden burdens or remove the mask of the personas we continuously hide behind, allowing us to dive deeper within the waters of our heart. The hidden aspects of our shadow also show us where our thoughts or habits have been entrenched or addicted over time, which is helpful when looking at how and where we may need to make some profound changes in our life. This is a multifaceted inner vessel with the pains, traumas, fears and suppressions we have experienced through our life. Is there anything else here? Shadow work gives us the opportunity to explore the contrasts within our life that have taught us the most profound lessons along the way. Wow, this is a really, really big, oh my god, I love that. That's so cute with the butterflies. Are there facets of your shadow that are waiting for your integration, support or misunderstanding? Or understanding, oh my god. I'm going to read that again. Are there facets of your shadow that are waiting for your integration, support or understanding? Are you comfortable with taking a look at some of the roots of your anger, jealousy, fear or envy? Wow, this is a really deep card. Okay, so shadow work is also just a really deep part of us that we basically have held on with our fear and any sort of part of us that we want to hide away. A lot of us here who've chosen this group, I feel like you guys have really been through it. You've been through a lot of grief. And through this shadow work, what you may be doing now, have done previously or will be doing, you're going to really step into your power. You're going to be a completely different person by the time that this comes around. I feel like you could already be integrating this already. And part of this shadow work is really allowing your heart chakra to come into play, which is really, really good. And I feel like you're really looking at the underbelly and it's going to help you attract a lot of lovely people into your life. Or you could be surrounded by lovely people right now and have a need to have just a phone call with them just to get you back on track. I also feel like with labradorite, it's also about you connecting with your spirituality. I'm sorry guys, if you can hear, my phone is ringing. That's obviously a confirmation. And also with labradorite, because this is about your psychic abilities, your crown, your third eye, it's asking you to get really clear on what your boundaries are around your spirituality. So if you are somebody who's very sensitive, it's really, really important for you to make sure you are protecting your energy around other people and with spirit, especially if you are highly sensitive and you pick up on spirits and things like that. Just say no. If any spirit is coming in that you are really uncomfortable with, just say no to them. No, I'm not interested. You can even you can even swear at them and just say whatever you want, you know. Just be yourself and just kind of tell them how you feel, because if you are getting really kind of, if a lot of energies are coming into your zone, like with your dreams or when you are actually awake, if these have really been affecting you, then definitely kind of tell them to F off, basically. And people say like you're not allowed to swear in spirituality, which I think is a load of bollocks. Because swearing is just a beautiful way of expressing yourself, and if you can't express yourself, then that isn't spirituality, that is just like confinement and restriction, which is not what we are here for. Okay, so let's get you a couple of cards. What is group number 3 attracting in terms of their major change in their life, please? Beautiful. You guys are really working on your solar plexus, your self-worth, which is so, so, so good. You are going to get so many deep soul connections, which is amazing. A lot of people who are really on your wavelength. I hope you can see that. It's very bright. And then we also have reflection. So everything that you've been going through is a massive reflection of what you need to improve on. I do feel like you're fully working on that. Number 33 is coming through really, really strongly. And I do feel as if, because we have the soul here, this is really you coming so much more closer with your soul path. So who you are at your core, you're really learning to embrace that and come closer to that, which is really, really good. I'm really proud of you guys. And then we have Jupiter return and benefits. So yeah, you guys are going to attract a lot of newness into your life. I feel like you're attracting like a brand new life for yourself. And we also have endings and beginnings, which is really great. So everything that is meant to go is now going, which is really, really great. We have the water element of sensing, which is really lovely. And then we also have Venus love. So there's a lot of love for yourself, and therefore you're going to attract more love into your life. I do feel like you guys are going to attract a much better routine. You could have been suffering with your health recently. This is just a sign that it's going to pass, because you've been through something so intense that it's going to shake your body quite intensely, especially if you are on the sensitive side. But I do feel like you're going to be heightened with your awareness. I feel like a lot of you guys have really doubted your intuition and how much you can actually like pick up on. But actually you guys are really powerful, especially if you are a water sign. That's just extra clarification. You don't have to be, but you can be. You can also have a water sign Venus as well. But the fact we have Venus love is like a massive like a sign that you are really focusing on your relationships, because Venus is about relationships. It's our relationship to ourselves, to others, to our food, to our addictions, things like that. But also it's our relationship to love and romance. So you are going to be attracting much more romance and love that is much more authentic and much more for you and for nobody else. This is for your life, massive change for your life and nobody else's, and you'll learn to focus on yourself as well, which is really beautiful. especially the third chakra. This is all about your solar plexus in terms of your confidence. It's to do with your abundance. It's to do with your self-worth, who you are, your willpower, things like that. If this is off, you could attract anxiety into your life in terms of how you have processed your emotions. And something that I've learned in terms of anxiety is all anxiety is just us suppressing our emotions. And because if you have been in an environment where you haven't felt supported with your emotions, you will have anxiety because you would have suppressed them in childhood. And once you learn to just open up your emotions and become intimate with yourself and get really close to yourself, in terms of intimacy is emotional intimacy as well. Like once you get close to yourself intimately, you are able to actually look at your emotions and not avoid them, because you are meant to feel. You are a human being who is meant to feel and not suppress things. Okay, so thank you so much for choosing this reading today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a lovely day. Private readings are down below in terms of rates, and I will speak to you soon. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started with your reading. So similar to group number 3, you guys have another heart chakra crystal. This is rose quartz. So let's see what this says. So rose quartz, when you feel like you have to be the one to have it all figured out, to work the hardest, to hold it all together for everyone else, rose quartz gives us a pink cashmere cover platform to be soft, sweet and open to spirit. Take care of your heart. I love that. That's so beautiful. We then have Transcendence Moonstone. I love Moonstone. This is all about your crown chakra and your heart as well. So the 2 tarot cards we have is Moonchild. Love that. So Moonstone and Moonchild. So you guys are definitely moon babies. We have the 4 of Pentacles and Moonchild. And then we also have Seeing Both Sides. So I'm going to grab my little book and we're going to see what the Moonchild is all about as well, to give you some extra messages. So Moonchild asks you, it's all about magic, ritual, connection, abundance and manifestation. How can I connect with the wisdom of the moon? What moon phase am I currently in at this time? When this card shows up, it asks you to consider how you can cultivate your own sacred relationship with the moon. The luminous beacon functions as a great celestial doorway into new spaces and opportunities within and around you to help you see beyond the limitations of your lived reality. I really love that. That's so beautiful. How often do you take notice of the moon? Do you feel compelled to explore the mysteries of the cosmos? Do you often hear an inner voice of wisdom from within? Do you trust it? Do you listen to its calls? So I'm picking up on, first of all, a major need to connect to your emotions, and I'm getting a massive neck pain around my left side. So I feel like you guys all the time, or most of the time in your life recently, or in the past, you've pushed your emotions down so much that it's caused you a lot of physical pain. And I'm picking up on pain around your chest, so your heart chakra, so costochondritis, asthma. I'm also picking up on ADHD. So a lot of suppression around your emotions has caused you to feel quite agitated, quite anxious around people and things like that. So what this is asking you to do is look at your emotions when you feel them instead of suppressing them. So if you start to feel uncomfortable about something, do not suppress it. This is asking you to get really close to yourself, and it's asking you to feel comfortable with expressing yourself more authentically. So with the Moonchild, it's actually about you really expressing your throat chakra. We have the 4 of Pentacles. She's got her hands around her throat. So all of your might is going into suppressing and forcing and pushing it down. Whereas if you actually tune into your emotions, you would recognize that they're only there to help you and to help you feel instead of pushing them down. Take a step back and try looking at this from a different perspective, which I definitely feel like you're doing. The Moonchild card is asking you to use the moon to bring up your emotions and actually feel safe with them, because the moon enhances our emotions, and the moonstone is such a good crystal. It's something I wear pretty much every day. I do offer a moonstone necklace on my shop as well. That crystal shop is down below. I absolutely love this necklace. It's one of my absolute favorites, not just because I made it, but it's just such a good stone, especially if you are sensitive, or especially if you are a feminine or a female, because it's to do with our moon cycles, it's to do with our periods and things like that, and it can really help slow down bloating and things like that. So all of these things are asking you to come back to your authentic self. So what are you actually suppressing? What are you forcing down? What are you stopping yourself from feeling? And rose quartz is such a loving, nurturing crystal. So the major change that you're having in your life is actually answering the call of your emotions. And this in turn is then going to bring in physical abundance because you're allowing more things to come in. I'm also hearing some of you guys don't accept compliments or can't accept compliments or accept money from people or accept anything like that. This is asking you to challenge yourself to accept compliments and say thank you, and say sorry less, okay? So obviously say sorry when you feel the need to, but if you are somebody who compulsively says sorry a lot or never wants to accept a compliment or anything good in your life, this is a really big chance for you to step back from that situation and think about what you say before you say it, and really tune into your authentic self. Is this actually who I am? Am I actually functioning from my own sense of self-worth, or am I avoiding feeling close to myself? Because all this is to do with intimacy. It's to do with getting intimate with yourself. And also we have sharks here. And a lot of people are pretty scared of sharks, but it's only what society has basically told us to be, because sharks are actually so beautiful. They're amazing. And they're just another creature in the water. They're not really anything different. And it's because of the drama that society puts on sharks. It's literally, people believe that they're this awful, horrible thing that we should be avoiding. And it's like, no, like shark infested waters is just a shark's home. It's like a shark going into your house and saying human infested house, you know? So it's like, avoid the drama that you're putting on yourself and avoid the drama that everybody else is putting on you, especially like watching the news and stuff that's coming up as well. So obviously if you feel too anxious watching things like that, try to avoid that as much as possible, because it's asking you to look at your authentic truth and figure out what is your authentic truth, not what anyone is telling you, not what people are putting on you, not the drama, all of that stuff. Really try to focus on what feels right to you and not pushing it down, because you do actually have a lot of things to say and things to do, but you're avoiding doing those things because you're scared that they're not going to work out. Okay, wow, we have a lot of cards here. Okay, so we have void of course, moon missing, first house, the body, the air element, I can't speak, air element of communication, she says as she coughs. And then we also have the grand cross provoker. I'm just going to stub out my incense because I'm literally choking on it. And then we also have the 11th house of friends. Sorry guys, that was a really loud cough. And then we have Chiron, healing, lovely. Okay, woo, a lot of throat chakra stuff coming up for you guys. And then let's see what else we have here. Oops, we have intimacy. Yes, oh my god, anything you're feeling in your body is asking you to get intimate with yourself, because you may get physical kind of pain from forcing these emotions to go down. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you could have had a masculine in your life, or a male or a father figure who wasn't present in your life, and it forced you to put yourself in a corner where you weren't comfortable, where you felt like you couldn't breathe, where you had to possibly be the earner of the family or be the carer, and also you didn't really have anyone to talk to about your emotions. So of course there was this lack of joy in your life. And also this is asking you to get closer to yourself, like what are you actually feeling in that moment, you know, asking yourself like, what is actually my truth? Do I actually want to do this for this person, or do I feel the need to say yes because I'm scared of what their reaction is? Things like that. So I feel like what your major change is a massive sense of intimacy. This could also be sexual intimacy as well, which is going to bring so much more joy into your life, because you're going to be allowing people to come into your life without worrying, are they going to hurt me? Are they going to make me feel uncomfortable? No, they're going to make you feel you again, and you're going to start to feel this joy because you're going to be authentically yourself. Okay, so we also have this void of course moon. So there's a lot of, you feel like possibly something is missing from your life, and that is this void of course moon. It's basically saying to concentrate on your moon energy, concentrate on your watery energy. What are the emotions that you possibly are missing, because it is really getting you to get close with yourself, and you're going to be beginning something brand new. This is your major change. You possibly could be changing out your body. You could be getting plastic surgery, you could be getting tattoos, changing your hair. That could be a major change in your life, especially if you're quite shy about that sort of thing. Also, I do feel like you are getting provoked by something. Your things are clashing and you're having to shift. Like you can't avoid this anymore, but it's taking a lot of your strength. And I do feel like you're going to attract a lot of new friends out of this situation, because you have definitely been through the ringer. And I do feel like your friends haven't really been there for you. You may get something provoking you around your friendships, possibly recently or a little bit in the future. Obviously, it depends on the situation. But this is going to be for your benefit, because I feel like you guys are really focusing on your strength, and you're focusing on a part of you that really needs to come up. And the strength card is also bringing in all these different people here to help you feel more yourself. There's this massive sense of community and this massive sense of communication coming in, and I feel like you're learning to communicate more. Like, say if somebody asks you like how are you feeling, you're actually learning to communicate, and you're actually learning to allow this to come up, like you're actually allowing people to hear you. And I do feel like you're going to get a lot of support. I think you're going to get a lot of physical support, especially if you are lacking in that. You're going to be manifesting a lot of physical support. And the first house of the body is all about you guys tuning into your body, and I definitely feel like you guys are changing out your body. You could also be getting physical with somebody as well in the future if that isn't really there for you right now. I do feel like you're definitely changing your identity, and your approach to life is definitely changing as well. So thank you so much for watching this reading. If you would like a private reading, all my information is down below. But they're just telling me for you guys that you are beautiful, you are loved, and you are amazing. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.